Xbox One had some stuff at Gamescom, but unless it's PS4, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Yeah, I've just seen the Xbox One briefing at Gamescom live. I wasn't there, but I've seen it live on at GameStop actually. I went into GameStop today to pick up Rare Replay for my Xbox One, and so when I went into the store, the guy told me to look at the screen on his wall, and he had Gamescom playing live at the screen. So I was a little unscheduled. I wasn't sure when. So I was a little after schedule. I didn't realize it had already started. I was going to get this game. I was going to get home and then watch Gamescom. Apparently it had already started and he was playing the show live on his screen. So I ended up standing there and watching it with him, with this GameStop employee. And like a perfect timing, he picked up Rare Replay that I had pre-ordered out of the desk while Phil Spencer was on screen telling us that Rare Replay was available today. And I'd come in just at the right time. The conference had just started and I got to see the whole thing. Perfect. Guys, Xbox One, it's a great system. I had this thing for about a month now. I bought it like a week after E3, okay? I bought it to play Batman Arkham Knight. And the amount of news, the amount of features it's getting, the amount of games that are coming to the system, you really cannot ignore it. Like, even if you are a PlayStation fanboy to the absolute maximum level, you cannot ignore that Xbox One is kicking some ass right now. Guys, they are not kidding when they say they have the greatest lineup in history. In Xbox history, I think they were saying. I think in history in general, I cannot think of any other console that's had this many games being released so close to each other. I can't think of any year. Name it, a year, a console. I cannot think of it. Usually consoles have like one or two big exclusives. PlayStation 4 has nothing coming this fall. I really wish there was something. I wish there was a reason to pick up a PlayStation 4. I'd like to play Uncharted 4, which is coming in March, but I don't know if I'll want to pick up a PlayStation 4. There's nothing else for it. You know, I don't play a lot of Japanese games. I don't play JRPGs. That's not my thing. You know, I'd really like to get a PlayStation 4. I just don't want to feel ripped off, but I really want Uncharted 4 on that PlayStation. So I'm not hating on the PlayStation 4. I want more of an incentive to buy that system. But Xbox One, I don't feel ripped off at all. The amount of features that are coming, the amount of games that are coming, it's freaking crazy. In my opinion, the big highlight was Crackdown. Dude, that destruction just looked freaking fantastic. Even though it needs to be online, it uses the power of the cloud. You know, screw that. You know, it's fine to have some games that are online only, that use the power of the cloud. It's a bad thing to have an entire console that's required to be online all the time, like the Xbox One initially was. But this works. Having certain games that need to be online always and use that cloud computing, that is great. I've never seen a game with this amount of destruction. It was absolutely insane. And I remember I really wanted to play Crackdown 2 when it came out, but I heard it was kind of stale and kind of bad. So I ended up not buying it, even though I loved the demo to death. I played a bit of Crackdown 2, I played a little bit of Crackdown 1. I've always kind of been interested in the series. You should also know that the Power Hunter game that I made was actually inspired by Crackdown in many ways. So Crackdown, I was blown away by that gameplay, that kind of gameplay. I love the way you upgrade, the way you really feel like you're getting faster and better. And adding destruction on top of that, that is gold right there. Platinum Games showed off Scalebound, which they sort of said they were not going to show off, but apparently they showed it. I mean, there was a little bit of turbulence between Microsoft and the developer, and he didn't really want to show off on stage. He thought that the advertising that Microsoft was going to have was kind of generic, but hey, they came to terms, and there he was on stage. I was surprised to see that game being shown off. I thought they were not going to show it because there was a bit of turbulence. They showed it. It looks like Monster Hunter for the Xbox One. That's what the GameStop employee said. I thought it looked like Bayonetta. Shouldn't surprise since that's also a Platinum game. Platinum has a huge resume. I mean, I think it's going to be great simply because Platinum has had so many games in the past. They've also been working a lot with Nintendo on a lot of games, and well, here there's an Xbox One exclusive as well. Then the third one in the holy trinity of games that we kind of knew they were going to show off was Quantum Break, which is this kind of weird time paradox, time bending, time stopping, third person action game, and it's really a big mindfuck, just like Alan Wake was. I guess this has been in development for quite a while. I mean, Remedy spends a while making their games. Alan Wake was critically successful, not commercially successful, and it seems like they're trying to counter that this time around by having a TV show to make it maybe a little more mainstream. Nevertheless, the gameplay does look fairly interesting. It's got a lot of fairly interesting visual effects, and the time-bending mechanic and graphics are just beautiful. But yeah, TV show and game, I'm not really sure about that. Could we be getting another Sonic Boom? Well, in that case, the TV show ended up being a lot better than the game, so at least hope we can have some quality in the game itself. Other than that, we got a lot of Windows 10 and Xbox One exclusive stuff. They talked a lot about Windows 10, a lot about the implementations between Xbox One and Windows 10. And guys, there's no shame in having games that are available on both PC and Xbox. People say they don't count. They count because they're console exclusive. I mean, can you play those games on your laptop? No, you need to buy a PC, a freaking rig that is like 10 times more expensive than the console. That is why it doesn't count. It doesn't count when it's PC and Xbox One exclusive. That's still exclusive. Either way, it's nice to have the options. I have a PC, a gaming PC, and I have an Xbox One. It's nice to have the option. And it's also nice to be able to buy one version and play on both and play across platforms. I like that kind of implementation, that I have these two devices and they can kind of work together the way an iPhone and an iPad and a Mac works. Think about that. And PlayStation 4, on the other hand, is isolated. What else is there to complement? There's no other piece of hardware to complement the PlayStation 4 other than PlayStation Vita. So I don't want to talk shit about PlayStation. That's not me. I don't want to bring negativity or anything. But I think, guys, you should look at Xbox One and you should pay some attention to the news coming, because there are good news about the Xbox One. It's ridiculous how close-minded a lot of PlayStation 4 fanboys are. I'm sorry for using that term, but there are a lot of PlayStation 4 fanboys out there, especially in my country, in Norway, where I live. While I was watching this at GameStop, the employee, he was really pro Xbox. He was paying attention to news, and he was aware that, hey, the Xbox One is accelerating. It's crazy how much momentum it's gaining now. And while he was speaking, there were like customers coming in. They were PlayStation people. They were looking at the screen and wondering, what the hell is that? It's the Xbox One press conference at Gamescom. Oh, Xbox One, oh, it sucks. The Xbox One is bad. You know? No, it's not. They fixed a lot of problems. But you can't rent games on it. Dude, that never happened. That's just a rumor. But the Kinect, it's watching you. It's watching you all the time. Again, rumor, and they unbundle the Kinect. You are invalid. Everything you say is invalid. Just shut your mouth, PlayStation fanboy. Again, I don't hate on PlayStation fans. I don't hate on PlayStation. I hate on the people who can't freaking pay attention to the news and realize that Xbox One is good. It's got great games coming, and it's good. Don't sit there and talk shit about the console because you heard some rumors. Rumors, the bad rumors about the Xbox One are spreading like a virus. But the good news, oh, no one hears about it. It's crazy how many people who still fucking believe that you can't rent games on it. It's got DRM that you have to connect to the internet to play. No, that's not the case. What the shut up. Okay. Well, it just kind of annoys me. You know, every person that I know, all my friends, they have a PlayStation 4. When I bought an Xbox One, I got crazy amounts of flack from the people I know. But PlayStation has Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's that I've been waiting for that game for centuries,
And it's got Shenmue 3, I've been waiting for that game for centuries. And it's got The Lost Guardian, I've been waiting for that game for centuries. I love Sony because they're giving us games we've been waiting so long for. And we'll have to wait for them another fucking century before they actually come out. I love waiting for games. Greatness awaits. I love waiting. I really love waiting for, playing all these games that aren't out yet. There's nothing coming to the PlayStation 4. Oh my god. I mean, I really wish there was a reason to get a PlayStation 4. Because I really want to play Uncharted 4. That's like the only thing coming in the near future. Maybe possibly Ratchet and Clank. It's a freaking drought. I mean, it makes me angry when I hear the PlayStation 4 sold more in June because of the Batman Arkham Knight bundle. See, I bought an Xbox One because of Batman Arkham Knight. I didn't buy the PlayStation 4 version because it has DLC. I didn't buy it because of fucking DLC. I did research, realized there are much more games on the Xbox One. I bought the Xbox One because of that. What the fuck are people thinking? Why are people buying the PlayStation 4 because of freaking DLC? You bought an entire console because it has Batman Arkham Knight, Batman logo on it, and it's got exclusive DLC. Do some research. Don't buy into that marketing crap. What the hell are you doing? I'm just saying, like, PlayStation 4, maybe it appeals to you, but there isn't much of a reason for me to buy it. That's my personal opinion. I just think anyone who thinks of buying a console should do some research. I mean, PC will probably be my main platform. That's where I'll be buying my multi-platform games on. I just think that the Xbox One is a great value. You should consider looking at the Xbox One. Look up some news about it. If you want a game console, try to see what kind of games appeal to you. Don't buy into the rumors that the Xbox One sucks, because it is a pretty good console. It has value to it. You know, I mean, my main platform is PC, but I bought an Xbox One a month ago because I really felt there was a good lineup of games coming. I'd like to get a PlayStation 4 as well, but there just isn't anything that I want. So anyway, Xbox One at Gamescom, it was solid. I liked it. And they ended off at showing Halo Wars 2. That's a good thing to end your conference with. It's been a long time since you've had Halo Wars, and I think we can expect a fairly different game. I think they should have just at least told people that it is an RTS game, because I think it's been so long that the masses generally don't know that Halo Wars was an RTS. Halo fans remember, of course, but I think generally people don't know that it is an RTS. I guess a lot of people think it's another first-person shooter, and it is not. It's a spin-off to keep you kind of occupied till the next Halo game comes out. But it's an RTS. I'm not really into RTSs, so I don't think that's going to be right up my alley. But then again, we have Halo 5 coming. I didn't speak much about that. I actually didn't get to see the Halo 5 part, because then I left. I was only listening to it on my phone on my way home from GameStop. But I'm looking forward to Halo 5. I like me some Halo. I know a lot of people think it's generic, it's stale. Personally, from the footage that I've seen, it looks like the biggest change they've ever done to Halo. I'm generally looking forward to Halo 5. It's not my most anticipated game of the year. I'm aware that Halo is gone a bit stale, but I'm still looking forward to it. It's been 3 years since the last time I've played a Halo game online, and, well, it's nice to come back to every now and then. But it sucks that there's no split screen. Anyways, I'll be playing some Rare Replay now. 30 games for a steal of a price. Jesus, that's a good deal. There's no reason not to buy that if you have an Xbox One. Freaking fantastic deal. Oh, and Gears of War Ultimate, if you buy that, you'll get every other Gears of War game for free. Jesus, there's so many good deals on the Xbox One. You gotta admit, the Xbox One is pretty cool, right? Anyways, this has been Adrian Marty. If you don't like this Xbox talk, then there's no need to subscribe. And to the rest of you, I see you later.